Hello everyone, this is Dr. Amtar Sahu, Professor, Department of Commerce from the Bhopal School of Social Sciences. Today we are going to discuss on attributes of a good research paper and structure and layout of a research paper. So, we will cover the topic attributes of a good research paper, structure and layout of a research paper, and what are the formatting guidelines for a research paper. Attributes of a good research paper. First and foremost thing, clarity and precision. The research paper should be having a clear and concise and free from ambiguity, well defined hypothesis and objectives. Originality and significance. Contribute something new or valuable to the field, solve relevant problem or fills a research gap. Sound methodology. Follow rigorous accepted research protocol reproducible for other researchers. Comprehensive literature review. It is very important that synthesize prior research to establish context, clearly identify the research gap. Well supported arguments and results. All claims supported by data and evidence. Statistical qualitative analysis clearly presented. Ethical integrity, adhere to ethical standards, acknowledges all contributors and avoid plagiarism. Proper citation and referencing is one of the important thing in the attributes of a research paper. Now we will discuss on the how should be the structure or layout of a research paper. In general, we should have these are the general guidelines for preparing of the research paper. First, title, second, abstract, introduction, review of literature, methodology, results and findings, discussion, summary and conclusion, recommendations, and last, references. We will discuss one by one all these points. Title. The title should be meaningful, to the point, catchy, comprehensive, enough to indicate the nature of the proposed work. Avoid the words adding nothing to the reader's understanding. For example, studies on, investigations, research on some problems, etc. All words except the articles, that is a and the, and preposition in the form to, with regard to, at of the title should be capitalize. Capitalize the article if it is the first word of the title. For example, digital transformation of health services, a comparative study of Bhopal and Lucknow. Avoid the use of abbreviations, chemical formulas and trademarks in the title. Abstract. It is a resume of research paper or report. It is best written towards the end when the work is over and the entire report is being written. Thus, the abstract is a short summary of the research work undertaken, including research problem, rationale of study, hypothesis if any, methods applied, findings and major conclusion. Thus, an abstract should answer three basic questions. What is the problem that is being researched? What research method is used, and what was the finding? Introduction. The introduction introduces specific subject of research to the readers. The main purpose of introduction is to provide the necessary background or context for research problem and justify the choice of topic. It clearly states the objective or hypothesis of the investigation. To begin with introduction should present a broad background of a topic. The introduction should focus or narrow down the specific problem that is being investigated. The general, specific objective and hypothesis of the investigation should be given. A good research begins with a clear idea or goal, objectives or hypothesis. Objective hypotheses are what a researcher wants to examine in any framework or fieldwork. General objective is a broad statement to what we expect to find. Specific objectives are more detailed statements based upon thorough analysis. The boundaries of the proposed work is to be set in order to provide a clear focus. Thus, introduction tells what is the topic, why it is important. It states the problem in a simple manner. The introduction should be interesting. The section might go several drafts to make it well and logically while keeping it short. Introduction should tell where the research is going, and this may become clear during the writing. Review of literature. This is the most important work which is to be done before starting any kind of research. It involves systematic survey of publication relevant to the selected field of study. The review of literature should be quite extensive, exhaustive and detailed. The choice of research topic, research objective, methodology should come forth from the review of literature. The literature review will be further useful while discussing results and drawing the valid inferences from the results. Material and methods. This vary enormously from research to research and may be absent in theoretical framework. It should be possible for a competent researcher to reproduce exactly what the previous researchers has done by following the description. This part will deal with defining, detailing the research design, material, method, procedure, techniques, instrument, etc. used to carry out the study. This would help any reviewer or examiner to ascertain what the methodology is appropriate and at the same time provide accurate information to any other researcher to repeat the experiment. Research design should clearly describe the type of study, design descriptive, observational. Research design should clearly describe the type of research design, descriptive, observational, experimental or interventional study. In projects involving experiment or laboratory work, the chemical, media and reagents, their sources, quantities and methods of preparation should be given. In the field of research, details regarding the setting of study location, field, transportation and preservation of the samples etc. should be given. Subject profile and characteristics in terms of age, social class, religion, education should be included of the participants while taking the data collection. Routine methods used for statistical analysis may be mentioned in the separate heading entitled Statistical Analysis. Logical sequence of methodology. In line with that, the methodology should cover research design, sample and sampling method, instrument and material, procedure for data collection, statistical analysis. It should be keep in mind that good methodology can be described by the 2 C's, that is clear and clean. Result. In this section, the findings of the study are presented using text, table, figures in a logical and clear way. The result should be recorded in past tense. No raw data should be presented, only processed, summarized, discriminatory, selected data should be presented. Good tables and figures are those that are structured, clear and have suitable captions and supplement rather than duplicate information in the text. Figures like graph, diagrams, charts, illustrations or any other pictorial graphical presentation should be present the data. All figures Tables should be separately numbered like figure 1, figure 2 or table 1, table 2. Do not include same data in both tables and figures. It should be avoided. Numbers are an integral part of any research report. Certain rules should be followed while writing the numbers. Spell out one digit number as 6 as is x, and in case of the 2-digit number, write down 1 2. If any statement starts with a number, then it always spelled irrespective of its size. In all the following cases, the numbers are always written in figures, that is date, money, time, page number, figures or measurement units, inches, feet, etc. In series, numbers are always written in figures like 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, etc. Independent fractions are spelled out, that is half, 1/4, but fractions with whole number are written in figures 12, 1/2. Discussion. This is the most challenging section to write the discussion. Begin discussion with an overview of the findings. Any unexpected results or problems encountered during the work must be find a place in the discussion. Compare the results and interpretation with the other references which have been taken under the review of literature. Show how the data of the present work confine or contrast with the previously published work. The discussion part must justify how the results have contributed to the existing knowledge and professional practices. The discussion part must be in paragraph dealing with different aspects, variables studied. Different headings can be used for different paragraphs. Summary and conclusion. This section presents a summary of the entire work written so it could be serve as a stand-alone document. Conclusion should be clearly state the conclusion drawn after analysis of the work. It can also incorporate the strength, weakness and limitations of the study. Always try to put your conclusion in point wise. Recommendation. It is the last section of the research paper report which should provide some practical recommendations for policymakers, researchers or scholars. It is often case with scientific investigation that more questions than answers are produced. References. This is the last section of the entire research paper. So, it is very important that at the end of the research paper or project, the references, publication, citation which have been reviewed so far should be mentioned in a systematic manner. The purpose of giving the references are to provide information necessary for readers to locate and retrieve any source you cite in your research, to acknowledge and give credit to the sources of words, ideas, diagram, illustration, quotation borrowed or any other material summarized or paraphrased, to provide that you are respectfully, to prove that you are respectfully borrowing others people's idea, not stealing them, to give readers an opportunity to check out your sources for accuracy, and honest referencing inspires readers' confidence in your writing. Now, we will discuss on the general formatting guidelines for a research paper. So, in a research paper, when you are going to submit your papers for publication purpose, there are certain guidelines to be followed. General formatting is the font size should be kept in Times New Roman, Arial or Calibri, point should be 11 to 12, margin of all the documents should be 1 inch, line spacing should be followed 1.5, headings and subheadings, use descriptive and hierarchical headings, formatting consistently throughout the paper. Tables and figures should be serially numbered, include clear title or captions. Title page should include paper title, author's name, affiliation and contact information. Title should be captured the main idea of the study, and it should not be too large, and limit the words between 10 to 15 words. Avoid jargon and over technical terms. Abstract should be a standalone summary. It should be between 150 to 300 words, and it should be according to the adhere to the journals or institutional word or page limits. So, entire document should be between that is to be submitted to the journals or publishers. We have to follow their guidelines before submission. This is all from my side. Thank you very much.